Hey there, it is time for intuitive astrology for the week of October 7th through the 13th. Lots of things going on this week, a lot of energy that could be a little bit stressful, but we're going to walk through it and we're going to look for the best ways to use it. There's a lot of opportunity for growth and for making positive decisions. And those decisions need to be based on what it is that you most care about. We have the Knight of Cups. I love that is our overall energy. I do think that there's a lot of energy this week of feeling left out, misunderstood, not really paid attention to, wondering, oh, I don't know how I'm going to manage all this, because here we have it, the key to the center of the whole thing of this reading. We've got this Five of Cups. And there's a storm brewing, and there's a lot happening, and honestly, there's storms brewing all over the world, right? Some of them are metaphysical, some of them are military, and some of them are Mother Nature, right? She's got a lot going on, and so, wow, really? Those correct? Okay, guys, we got a lot going on here, so let's just dive right in and see what is happening. I wasn't anticipating that. So, oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll just tell you what they just said. They said you have the choice this week of how you're going to handle your fears. And if you can put your fears on the deep freeze, if you can freeze that stuff down, if you can decide that you're not going to give it any energy, that's how you win this week. So let's get into what the cards say. So we got this, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't Five of Cups, it's Five of Pentacles. So it feels like a financial loss. And again, it feels like from a storm, right? We've got Uranus currently conjunct Algo in retrograde in Taurus. And so there's a lot of people experiencing losses, right? There's a lot of loss happening that is resulting in financial loss. You can see it in the wars. You can see it in the weather. You can see it in other things that may be going on in your neighborhood. You know, we had a strike. It was short-lived, but there was a strike that happened, right? So there was some tightening of the belt there. There's just a lot of people feeling the need to have to back up a little and redo things and figure things out. So, you know, I feel like it's important this week for us to understand that we can't control the circumstances. That's what this is saying. You can't control the circumstances. You can choose your attitude. You get to choose your attitude. And so let's see. I want to say this week, watch out for. Okay, so there's a caution. There's a caution coming through, and the caution is that in times of tragedy, global tragedy, disasters, man-made or made by Mother Nature, in those times, there are always those people that look at it as an opportunity to line their own pockets. So do be careful about signing agreements with people, giving them money up front to help you to reconstruct your home or do any kind of work like that. I feel like there are some, you know, be careful that if your heart is open and you want to send financial aid to these tragic places, that you go with established, they've been established for years, places to send your money, right? The little GoFundMes that pop up, I would really be very careful, because right now there's so much opportunity for grift and theft, and why contribute to more tragedy, right? Yours by giving your money to a place where it doesn't go to help. You may never know that, but if you choose trusted long-term resources for collecting to aid people, you have a better shot at it, right? And so so there's that. And then also, if it, you know, don't let someone, you've already lost so much, don't let somebody take what little you have left by jumping at what you think might be the only opportunity that comes along, right? And so I do want to encourage you to be aware of that. And so there's a lot of opportunity when you see the Knight of Cups here. Okay, why do I say all that? Because here in the action as we finish out the week, there's some really rough energy. Here we've got the Seven of Swords, where someone's looking for an opportunity. Not always when I see a Seven of Swords do I think it's a negative card, but in this deck, it does not look good. This looks like somebody looking for the opportunity to get something that is not theirs. And so that's why I really want you to be protective of your finances, because here we also have this financial card and the action to take. We've got the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is always like, I have plenty, so I can give to others. And so I feel like there's more of a risk of people, because right now a lot of these disaster areas, nobody can get in anyways to be doing the construction BS stuff that some people do. But right now everybody's collecting money. And I feel like there's a real warning here. When I look at these cards, don't get fooled, right? Don't get fooled. Go with trusted sources. I do think it's important that we try to help. I love there's so much opportunity showing up here. I feel like emotionally there's a lot of people that feel like they have a lot of desire for emotional satisfaction. Like this is definitely on your mind, because here on your mind we've got the Ten of Cups, right? Emotionally we want to be satisfied, but how do we satisfy, how do we reach that pinnacle of satisfaction that where I'm satisfied and other people are also being satisfied, right? And I feel like when we are in Libra season and there's a lot of choice between do I do this or do I do that, that becomes more of an issue. Because the Nine of Cups is the energy of what is the challenge. And so having the Ladybug and the Nine of Cups as the challenge, I think it's more with this Wheel of Fortune here in the hard space, like opportunity came in, but am I selfishly serving myself? Or does this benefit the larger group, which could be your family, or whatever the immediate circumstances are that you have some kind of an emotional connection to, and so there is a need to bring everything into balance. We have, what are we going to transform here? We've got the little Two of Pentacles here, and they're on a little teeter-totter, and they're both, it's divine feminine and divine masculine energy, and they're focusing on their pentacle. Right, so it's giving and receiving in balance. That's how everybody wins. But they're small. So this is small giving and small receiving in return. But they have oak leaves on those pentacles, which is like having an acorn, right? It's like planting the seed of something small, so pay yourself first this week, right? Put some money in the savings account. It may only be $10. You're really having a rough time, and you just tuck away, that dollar in the back of your sock drawer. But when you do that, you're planting the seed of intention within your auric field, your energetic field, that says, but I know that I don't need all of my money, and so I'm going to honor myself, and I'm going to put this money here. That feels really important. In the air energy of resources, this is why I think it feels, you have the Nine of Wands, right? It's like you've been working hard and you feel like you need to protect your energy, and I do think you need to protect your financial energy from people who are nefarious, right? We've got this winner take all here in the heart space. Like, some people don't care. They don't care. I'll give you an example. I kept receiving these text messages about my health care. It said, your health care plan is about to expire. And I receive these messages now for almost a month. Once a week, get this message, right? And then I got one the other day that said, final notice. And I thought, I haven't responded to him because I just recently got healthcare, so it wouldn't be up for review. But then I thought, well, maybe they have a thing they always do in October. Maybe I should check. And I'm like, I did get something in the mail, and I haven't opened it yet because I'm not really good about that. Truth be told. So so I was like, well, all right. I don't ever think you should respond because you could be opening yourself up to receiving more. So I didn't text them back. I called. I did. I called and I said, hey. And they're like, oh, which health plan are you calling about? And I said, I don't know. You tell me. And they said, what? I go, well, you've been texting me. You have my information. What health plan? Click. I thought, did we get disconnected? I don't think so. So I called again. And here's the thing. It was really echoey. You know, when you call a call center, there's usually other noises, or they're in a cubicle and it doesn't echo around. It was really echoey, and he had a foreign accent, not Indian, and I thought, and he said, what plan are you calling about? I said, well, you call me, you tell me. I'd click, and I thought, okay, yeah. So it was a scam. Next thing you know, they're going to ask me for my ID number. Well, if you don't have it, we can look it up using your social security number or God knows whatever else, right? So it's really important that you protect yourself because the scammers are out there and they're trying to scam everything. And, you know, if you have elderly loved ones, you may want to be having this conversation with them as well, that they need to not get fearful if they think something's going on and they think they missed something. Have you come and check it over with them or whatever, right? Like, I feel like we need to be protecting ourselves right now. It feels very scammy energy that I'm looking at for this week. And so in particular, right? So, but here's the thing. Monday and Tuesday, the moon is an optimistic and hopeful Sagittarius. And because it's a waxing crescent moon, it does offer some growth opportunities, right? This Two of Pentacles, this little seed, right? This opportunity to grow something. You know, maybe that's a walnut leaf and not an oak leaf, right? Because they're sitting on a walnut. And farmers used to not put fence around their fields, but they used to put a row or two of black walnut trees, because when it came time to retire, the trees will have matured and they would sell the black walnut, which is really high demand, high quality furniture, wood for furniture, and that was their retirement plan. So again, putting just a little bit aside feels really important, right? And so there's this trying to get all the money in, and there's this optimism for hope, but you're going to have to take and plant a seed, right? You're going to have to plant the seed, and then along the way, you know, you had the walnuts to gather every fall and sell at market too, and so it was another form of income. So second streams of income. They may seem small, but what can you do to provide for yourself a second income to balance things out? So this feels very financial and bringing things into balance, watching your money this week based on these cards that are going on here, right? So so there's a card here that suggests that, you know, with these swords here, that because it's in Libra season, that not everybody is working for the best and the highest good of all. But there's the optimism of this moon here. So what do we have going on here? All right, so, I told you it felt like money and career and stuff, and here we have the new career. Your work focus is shifting into a positive, new, and successful direction. I do think it's important that when you are seeking a job, that when they're interviewing you, that you interview them also, right? Does this feel like someplace you want to work? What is the general attitude? And also, if you are seeking employment, maybe you don't tell your boss, right? Because sometimes that creates problems, right? We have the card of travel. An upcoming trip proves to be life-changing in positive ways. And when that comes with this career plan, I think there might be one of those situations where you need to travel to get a new interview, to get the interview. There might be a relocation involved. That's not going to be all of you, right? It's not. For some of you, it could just be that you're starting to plan now for the holidays ahead, and you're starting to put money aside to make those travel plans, right? You don't want to wait too long because the airline prices will go up, right? And so some of that might be going on also, which is kind of fun. There's this planning for the future, this changing things, this new career could just be that second stream of income that you're looking to bring in. But when we get to Wednesday and Thursday, so Wednesday we still have the waxing crescent, but now it's in Capricorn, which is a little more ambitious. It needs a little more responsibility. It wants to create some structure. And then we get to the first quarter moon on the 10th, which is right there on that 10-10 gateway. It's a decision time, right? To step through and to make the choice and I want to say to adjust, make some adjustments in order to make that goal more of a reality, right? There's been some analysis, and you're going to do a lot more analysis this weekend, but I think you're starting to see that you need to start making some changes. And here we have the goblin and we have deep freeze. And that's what I'm saying is, like, you got to freeze out the fear, because that might be doing two things. One, it may be manifesting it into reality, and two, it may be blocking you from seeing the opportunities that are available if you're just in fear of losing what you have, but instead can maybe focus on what it is that you're moving toward, right? There's two fears. There's two fears. There's two feelings, really, and all the rest of them, the root feelings, and the rest of them all come off of that, and that's love and there's fear. And so when you focus on what it is you want, this 10 of Cups, this 10 of Pentacles, right? And at the same time being strategic about it, that we have the sword showing up here when we get to the Aquarius energy at the end of the week doesn't surprise me, right? And here in the Capricorn energy, we have all Pentacles, right? And then in that Sagittarius energy, we have this hopeful energy coming through, right? So, I mean, you could see it building through the week, shifting and changing. But the thing that is really important is that you focus on where are the opportunities and how can you adjust, right? And how do you transform the situation? Bringing things to the balance, right? So you may be looking at your budget. You may be looking at what you're going to change up here or there, or I do feel it feels budget. It feels budget. If you're looking to make a move or change a career or whatever, you may have to take a pay cut in order to get something that you want down the line that's better. There's like all this planning and stuff that goes into it. And so give a little, get a little, make a little small adjustments, right? Because when you're on a teeter-totter, if someone jumps off, man, that really hurts the other person. It throws everything out of balance, right? So again, we're in Libra season. It's about keeping things in balance and keeping things moving. And then when we get into Saturday and Sunday, and we have that waxing gibbous moon coming in where you really want to start taking action, the action is in the analysis, right? We have these swords here. Like, it's like you got to figure out how to fend things off and secure your harvest, right? Nine of Wands is not harvest time. It's just about there, right? So I remember I was growing corn in my backyard, and I was looking at it, and I thought, oh my God, tomorrow when I have my day off, I'm gonna go out there and pick all that corn. I'm gonna clean that all up. It'll be great. And then overnight, while I was sleeping, the raccoons go, oh, look at that corn's ready for harvest. And it was like they threw this wild party in my backyard, and there were corn stalks strewn all across the yard, and they didn't leave anything for me. And so I feel like you're like, I got to protect what I have, right? And so you're trying to decide, maybe you have a retirement fund, and you're like, should I dip into it now because I will shore something up, or should I move some money over here, or can I wait or allow this to to mature more, or whatever it is that you've got going on. And I do feel that in your heart space, you feel like the warrior that's going to figure this out. Like, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to win. But I do want you to caution you again to make sure that you are not taking from someone else and that you are not being taken from, right? And so the goblins are our fears, but we can overcome the fears with the light, right? And if you put them on deep freeze, you just freeze out the fears and you analyze. So with that moon in Aquarius, it's about using it to identify where you need to make adjustments. It's about taking deliberate actions because it is a waxing gibbous moon. So you want to take an action, but they're deliberate and they're based on facts and analysis, right? This is where you really using the mind is the way you want to go. And I know from looking at this, there's something definitely about this that makes you want to protect your resources because something is just about to finish out. So we have relationship harmony. I love this. We have growth and we have justice. Well, you really can't talk more about Libra season than that. Okay, so, all right, so relationship harmony, which feels like this is supposed to be Aquarius energy, but it feels like the energy sort of for the week, right? So the relationship energy says a loyal and harmonious relationship or partnership is being manifested. The bond between friends, lovers, and partners will grow and blossom. Nurture the relationships with no judgment and no expectations. Give a little, receive a little. Keeping everything in balance. A relationship is just how two things interact, right? So your relationship with your budget could be a thing, right? Do you pay attention to it? Do you every day sit down and make note of what you spent and what's coming in and what's going out? If you are struggling, if you're financially struggling, you start to build a relationship with money instead of hiding from it. Instead of being afraid of it, you face it. Okay? And then you have justice. The universe executes precise order of justice. Karmic debt is being reconciled at this moment. The matter is no longer in your hands. Take a deep breath and go through it with dignity. There are a lot of things happening, a lot of adjustments. You're making adjustments, and because the sun is in Libra, the planet is making adjustments. The energy is making adjustments. But you have growth. And that's what I see here, right? You're going to transform this little seeds here into long-term growth. And so there's something here for this week about really paying attention to your money, making choices and decisions around career, how you spend your money, how you bring it in, what it is that you're doing. But there are going to be small adjustments that will lead to growth. So this is a bamboo tree. First off, we've got the little panda bear, which is balance, black and white, right? And then the bamboo tree. And the thing about a bamboo tree is you plant the bamboo, which is really grass, but you plant the bamboo and it takes like 5 years. And it looks like this big. But in that 5th year, it grows 35 feet. And so there's something about also allowing things to come over time, to happen over time. Aquarius energy is ruled by Uranus, yes, but it's also ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is something that is about having the long game, having the patience, allowing structure to develop over time. And so this deliberate analysis of whatever it is that you're doing this week matters. So you are experiencing vigorous growth towards success. That vigorous growth may or may not be visible. A lot of times, it's the network of the roots underneath where the growth is happening. So, the only way you're going to recognize whether or not you have it is by doing the analysis, right? To really pay attention. So, this is a time of rebirth. Rebirth, again, that is something sprouting. It's something new coming in. Be flexible and be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. Break away from old, unhealthy habits and step out of your comfort zone. Your reward is ahead. Your reward is ahead. There's going to be some patience required here. There's a need to bring yourself, your emotions, your relationship with money and people around you, your job, career, whatever, into a balance. And again, I just want to remember, I want you to remember, that as good as all of this looks, the 7 of Swords here, tells me you need to be careful. Where are you leaking money? Who's taking money from you that maybe you're not even paying attention to? Do you have a subscription that just keeps taking the money, but you don't actually use it? You didn't maybe know it was there. Things to look for to kind of show up your finances also in your analysis this week. All right, guys, I hope you found that helpful. Please let me know in the comment section below. I do want to apologize that I was not here last week. This eclipse energy beat the crap out of me. So hopefully I can start getting a little ahead of the schedule here. But thank you for joining me over here on this channel. I really appreciate your time and your energy. And thank you for your support and hitting that thumbs up. And if you would like to see these, and I do plan to do them every week, plus some additional stuff, do hit the subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. You guys have a great week, and I'll see you back here next week.